Today we're going to learn how to configure alarm pop-up and sound to a door for stopping in EntraPass, special, corporate or global. There is 5 easy steps to this little scenario. First, configure the alarm in system event parameter. Second, configure the instruction in system instruction. Third, configure the sound in option multimedia device. Fourth, configure an alarm desktop for acknowledgement and also the possibility to add comments. And 5, verify the alarm settings for the workstation. So now we're going to go directly into the server workstation of EntraPass Corporate. So we're going to start by doing the first thing, which is to define the system event parameter. So under event parameter, there's event category selection, EntraPass events, which contains all the events that's going to display on the desktop in EntraPass Corporate, Special Edition or Global. Second, we have the DSC intrusion events. Those events are strictly linked to integration with an alarm system. So for the time being, we're not going to use those. We're going to go back to EntraPass events. And then from that, we're going to select door first open. If we press on the keyboard on D, it will take us to the letter D. And then from that, we need to select the door first open event. So we select door first open. Very important. If you look on the door, you have default, and also send to workstation, you have default. If I select default, and assign an alarm to that, which means they will have a pop-up on all the doors that's going to have a door first open that's going to display on all the workstation, the server workstation, workstation number 2, 3, and also the smart link. And even if you add other workstations afterwards, they will have a pop-up that will come up to the desktop also. So for the time being, we do not want to do that. So what we want to set only for door number 1, and we want to have a pop-up display on server workstation. So now the next thing under alarm settings, what we need to do, we need to assign a schedule to the alarm. When do we want to see the alarm? Do we want to see it 24/7, specific times? So for the scenario, we're going to select always valid. We want to see it 24/7. And also for the instruction, there's 2 ways we can assign an instruction to the alarm. So the first thing, that will be to do a right click, and then from that create a new schedule directly from there. Or if you already have a schedule, if you already have an instruction defined, click on the 3 blue dots. It will take you to the instruction window, and then from that you can select the specific instruction that you want. So for now, we're going to save that, and then we're going to go to system instruction, and then from that we're going to validate the instruction that we have in the list. So we have one that is created, it's called door first open. So there's 3 steps when the alarm comes on. So the first step is to call the supervisor and report the issue. Second, guard must go to the door and investigate. Third, guard must enter comment after the investigation. So now that's the instructions for the door first open. So now we're going back to event parameter and link it to the specific event. So now we're going to select door first open again. Once we got that selected, select our door number 1, server workstation number 1, and then select our instruction, which is door first open. One thing under priority, that is linked to the alarm sound. So the priority by default now it's set to 2. We could change it if we want. We can put it back to 9, or we can put it back to 0. 0 is the highest one. So we're going to leave it to 2. We're going to leave it to 2 and then save the information. And then the next thing, we're going to go to option and then multimedia device. On the multimedia device, we're going to select our priority, which was 2. And then which sound do we want to assign to it? So now check the box, assign the alarm sound, and select the specific wave that you want. So for now, we're going to select the alarm, and then we can do a test for now. Okay, and then we click OK. So now the next thing, we're going to go to our desktops, and then from that we're going to configure desktop number 2 as an alarm desktop. So in order to do that, just put your cursor on the desktop and then right click, select properties, and then from that you can relabel the name of the desktop. We're going to call it alarm desktop. And what do we want to see? We want to see the event screen, the message screens. Okay, so now we click OK and go, and this is the alarm message list, how it's going to look. So now the next thing, the 5th thing we have to do is to go under devices and then EntraPass application, and then select the server workstation. And then from that, if we go under the alarm tab, those are the parameters for the pop-up. So now the checkbox is set to display the alarm. So when the alarm comes on, there's going to be a pop-up that's going to come up. And also the acknowledgement suspend delay, it's for 1 minute. So if I don't want to acknowledge the alarm right now, I can click on suspend. So, and then from that, a minute afterwards, it's going to pop up again to be acknowledged. So now this is defined, and those can be changed. So this could go from 1 minute to 60 minutes, and same thing for the suspend delay from 1 minute to 60 minutes also. So now the next thing we need to do, we need to generate an alarm now. So now if we generate the alarm, the door first open. Until we acknowledge the alarm, it will always keep on sounding. So we need. So once I click the acknowledge, so now the alarm has been acknowledged. So that's the reason why you see there's the alarm has been acknowledged by the server workstation and the installer, which is the operator that I'm logging under. So now if I want to add a comment, the only thing I have to do is highlight the event, and then from that select add comment, and then from that I can say the specific event. So the guard will write his report. And that's how simple it is to set a pop-up and a sound in EntraPass Corporate, Special Edition, or Global on a door force open, on any other alarms in the system that you would like to set a pop-up for.